Who's going to be in the college football playoff with the Capital One fan vote? Who's in with our experts, Joey and Jesse? Galloway, lead us off. Who's on the outside?
I'll be honest with you. I want to grab LSU.
Grab
This was
it.
It's right there, dude. Top 10 wins. The only team in the country with 2 top 10 wins on the season with Washington and Auburn, but not quite yet. Kyler Murray has Oklahoma rolling. They haven't missed Baker Mayfield at all. Offense still explosive. Another
Such
77
an
yards
LSU
rushing.
hater. I'm putting him in my top
like it.
5.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice win against Miami, going to Jordan-Hare Stadium, beating Auburn. Love the defense, especially in the front 7. Joe Burrow is managing games. They're not overly explosive throwing the football, but he's not making those critical mistakes. I got LSU at 5.
All right, Jess, who do you got at 4?
I'm going Ohio State at number 4. 3 wins against Power 5 competition. They basically won in TCU's backyard this past weekend. Dwayne Haskins needs to be in the Heisman conversation. One of the most dominant D-lines in the country. I'm concerned about the Nick Bosa injury. They get Urban Meyer back on the sidelines now.
I agree with you, Ohio State. Dwayne Haskins, 11 touchdowns on the season. He will be in the Heisman Trophy conversation. Just need to see him play somebody to play TCU. 2 defensive touchdowns for Ohio State, always big.
Those players stepped up. Number 3, who you got?
Going Georgia Bulldogs. Jake Fromm's completing 80% of his passes. Another 10 of 12 in the game. It's been easy for Jake Fromm because they're running the ball for over 250 yards a game. Georgia looks like the same Georgia team from last season with that run game, and Jake Fromm just managing the game, don't take care of the ball.
Okay, I'm going with Clemson, and Kelly Bryant got hurt, left the game against Georgia Southern. The true freshman Trevor Lawrence came in, looked really good, sparked the offense. Defensively, they're great. You know what's amazing? Next week they play Georgia Tech. 3 of their first 4 opponents this year, triple option offenses. It's ever happened before. I got Clemson right now at 3.
All right, runner-up spot for you.
Yeah, I'm going Georgia number 2, and I just love they run the ball on who they want when they want. Whether it's Swift, whether it's Cook, Holyfield, Harrion, they're handing off to wide receivers. Nobody's stopping this running game.
Not like Clemson. We're a little flipped here. Clemson's defense is just, they're fun to watch. Gave up 140 yards against Georgia Southern. We expected it. They're having a fun time out there. And, of course, number 1, Alabama, just for fun, just to make it interesting. They gave up a touchdown. First play of the game to Ole Miss, gave up a 75-yard touchdown to make it interesting. Spotted them 7, and then they just pounded them.
Yeah, offense so explosive. With all that speed they have, defense continues to dominate. Tua right now is one of the best stories in college football, but they finally get their first real test next week at home against Texas.
We said that this week against
It'll be fun
Ole
to
Miss.
win. It'll be fun to watch.
I like seeing Penn State get consideration. At least they're on the board. So that's how the fellas see it when it comes to who's in with the college football playoff. Let's take a look at the games next week. The Lane Train taking UCF next Friday night on ESPN. On Saturday, Bama welcoming A&M to Tuscaloosa. And a couple of big Pac-12 games at Stanford, Oregon, Arizona State, Washington. Don't forget to give your Capital One fan vote on the